Why was Latin used in medieval universities? Imagine a time when people from different parts of Europe spoke many different languages. How did they share ideas and learn from each other? That's where Latin comes into play. Latin was the main language used in medieval universities because it was the language of the Roman Catholic Church, which was the biggest influence in Europe at the time. Since the Church controlled most education and scholarship, Latin became the common language for teaching, writing, and talking about ideas. This meant students and teachers from France, England, Italy, and other regions could understand each other even if they spoke different native languages. Latin had a long history as the language of learned texts, law, theology, philosophy, and science. It was inherited from the Roman Empire and early Christian scholars. Over time, medieval Latin evolved from classical Latin to include new Christian ideas and academic concepts. Because of this, Latin was the natural choice for discussing new ideas and preserving knowledge. Many medieval universities grew out of cathedral and monastic schools where Latin was already used for religious services and education. Most scholars and students were clerics or had religious training, so they already knew Latin well. Learning Latin was essential for reading religious texts and classical works. The university curriculum started with the trivium, which included grammar, rhetoric, and logic. All these subjects focused heavily on mastering Latin language skills. Using Latin made it easier to share lectures, writings, and debates across Europe. It created a unified intellectual culture that crossed regional borders. Latin also linked education, religion, and authority because both the church and government supported its use. Practically speaking, Latin acted as a scholarly lingua franca. It helped develop fields like theology, law, and medicine within a standard framework. This common language allowed medieval universities to become centers of learning that went beyond local dialects. It kept alive European intellectual traditions during the Middle Ages. So, Latin was more than just a language. It was the backbone of medieval education, connecting people, ideas, and institutions across a continent.